Be me again. I think I'll do a follow-up to the Great Text thing, just finishing up. You know, he had 6 parts, so I'll just play, I think, the end of the part 5, and I'm not sure about part 6, just part of it maybe. But anyway, I did take notes. So first I just called Great Text a drunk, just because he had to bring up personal shit. So, yeah, he's a drunk. So what do you want from a stupid fucking drunk, a fat drunk? You know, you ought to find someone else to listen to on the internet. Anyway, you know, then he talked a whole bunch about the his accusation that I scripted my videos somehow, that there's something, like I watch them and I think about how am I going to deal with that argument, and I go through some sort of panic, you know, which is just such bullshit. It's quite obvious how I make my videos. Sometimes I take notes, right? And that's usually pretty obvious because I don't play the videos for which I take notes. And sometimes I play the video and I say, well, that's a fucking pile of shit, so I think I'll respond to it. And then I turn the camera on and I respond to it. And then sometimes, quite obviously, I get a minute or 30 seconds into the video and I say, God damn it, I'm not going to do this one twice. So I say, I'm just going to play it and make a response video because there's no way I can listen to this fucking asshole twice. So, but yeah, it's quite obvious. I mean, even, you know, you can go back to the Anton video, you know, the debate. How are my arguments any different in that video than in all my other videos? I mean, we set that up in 3 hours. There was no, you know, script. There was no written anything. All right, so it's just a bullshit accusation to try to make, you know, again, just this personal shit. I mean, fuck you, you fat smelly pig. It's just idiotic nonsense. It's irrelevant. So keep bringing up irrelevant stuff, and I'll just keep pointing out how you're fucking goddamn ugly. And you smell, and you're a drunk, and you're really, really, really fucking dumb. And you have a little conniving, scheming, immature, wanty brain. You're just desperate for attention. You're a little attention whore, and that's why you want to link your videos, is because you want attention. Fucker. Anyway, alright, and then the oldest patronizing shit. You know, he's making these videos saying he's just trying to help somebody. I mean, it's just such a lie. It's so patronizing. Just makes you want to puke. You know, it's an argument, asshole. You know, you're arguing for something, you stupid shit. Alright, you can't disguise that and I'm trying to help them. You know, you're trying to help accomplish your ends, your purposes. You know, so don't veil it in something else, you stupid shit. Yeah, then again, went on this whole cake thing again, like we should somehow give our extra cake to these fucking breeders. No, sorry. Why would I do that? I'll give it to a homeless guy. Give it to somebody else who has no intention of adding to the problem. But fuck if I'm going to feed the fucking problem. You know, fuck feeding the menace. You know, fuck giving the Borg, the Empire, you know, any gasoline except to pour over them. Anyway, oh yeah, he's talking about changing me. I mean, who would realistically think they're going to argue me under the table or argue me out of my opinions? I mean, you really think that's a reasonable prospect, Great Text? You really think that you have some sort of truth, your idiotic, inane logic, like somehow being dead is less preferable, which doesn't make any fucking sense at all, to the harm that can take place in life? I mean, how could being dead be less preferable to cancer or a broken leg or anything? Anything. It's just stupid. Being non-existent is a problem somehow? No, I'm afraid not. That's just nonsense. You're going to convince me with that kind of bullshit? Oh, God. Good luck, fucker. The DNA knows what it's doing? You really think an intelligence is going to fall for that? That's the essence of your argument. The DNA knows what it's doing. It's been here a long time. Huh? No. Sorry, it's a DNA molecule, retard. Alright, then this thing where I'm supposed to know whether or not Heroin Church, who used to be Love That Soy, watches more than one of your videos or none of your videos. I mean, I do think he knows who you are. I do think he has watched your previous videos, so I think that's just nonsense anyway. So fuck you on that. So yeah, the whole idea is you're very insensitive to this whole imposition argument. You just ignore it. You just like it's not even, it doesn't even enter your brain. How the fuck can you convince me when you want to acknowledge the fundamental argument here, which is that there's this huge liability that you impose this thing on individuals you have no right to impose on. It's not that complicated, asshole. Who's committing the imposition? The birthers. Who's got the burden of proof to demonstrate they have a good reason to impose? The birthers. Who's not providing the good reason? The birthers. There. Not got the complicated. Yeah, again, he said it. Being born is not an imposition. He said it. What logic is that? Of course it is. You've been initiated by somebody else's construct because they philosophically think there's some point or purpose in it, you stupid shit. Alright? I mean, I can't blame a DNA molecule for creating this whole mess, but I can certainly blame an intelligence who doesn't sit there and say, well, do I have a good reason to do what I'm going to do because it's going to implicate some other consciousnesses? I mean, that's what we do hold accountable, is beings who actually do know what they do has a cause and effect. And that if they do different things, it'll affect things differently. Then they have to take responsibility. And they're not taking any responsibility. Not even taking responsibility for having some notion in their head beyond I want. Fuck that. Okay. Yeah, the crap is its nature. Yeah, that's the other part. You keep talking about fixing things and this other crap. Like the crap is the just a circumstantial crap. Like it doesn't really have to be crap. And that's where you're just too stupid. You think you know all this hierarchy stuff. You think you know this crap about animal and human nature. You don't know shit about the nature. It's not the nature of the animal. Okay? The crap is in the game. The game requires you to pick a piece. You're going to be a pawn, or you're going to be a bishop, or you're going to be a knight, or you're going to be a queen, or you're going to be a king. Yeah, that's the way the game has to be played. You can't just say, well, let's turn them all into pawns, or let's turn them all into kings. It ain't gonna fucking happen. It's not how the game is played. You're gonna have to remodel the entire organism to create that kind of a game, and then you're still stuck with why. What do you accomplish? Because the old game, the only accomplishment was wiping the other guy out, was doing the us versus them thing, and taking their stuff essentially. So if you take that aspect out of the game, then what do you have? Pieces moving backwards and forward. You're doing the fucking hokey pokey, asshole. I mean, who the fuck wants to sign up for that? Let's spend 1,000 years trying to reconfigure our psychology so we can play the hokey pokey. Yeah, well, fuck you. You can turn that all about and shove it right up your ass. When the game whistle blows, humans turn into suck. Yeah, that's the game, right? Alright, we can talk with the talk, we can have a conversation about art and beauty and blah blah blah, but when the push comes to the shove, the boobs are in your face, you know, the food is on the table, the coupon for the free Cabbage Patch doll is in the hand, all of a sudden human beings turn into fucking lunatics, and you goddamn know it. Principles kind of go out the fucking door, and everybody's looking for their fucking advantage. And that's the crap of the game. Suck is the only way to play suck. You can only play a game called Suck by sucking. You stupid shit. Alright, so on to the show. Did want to point out Broken Mech. I'd kill somebody before I let them crash the moon into the earth. So you're going to crash, you'll kill them before they commit a crime. So it's like premeditated murder or something. Doesn't it just, you know? So yeah, you'll kill for your values. I'll admit I would kill for my values. Fundamentally, yeah. I mean, if there's no choice, if they won't take every bribe I throw at them not to be a complete motherfucking cunt, and they're going to insist on raping what I hold dear, then yes. And especially if the war gun has fired. Okay, there's been a proper declaration of war. You're damn straight. I will do some pitchfork polishing on people's guts. Yeah, because you earned it, you fucking ignorant bastards. You're too fucking stupid. You have a DNA molecule as a god. It's the dumbest god ever invented. Alright, it's stupid as fucking shit. It can't even write 10 commandments. It can't do a motherfucking thing. It didn't write a book. It didn't do shit. It's a DNA fucking molecule. You're revering a fucking powerless, stupid, ignorant molecule. I mean, at least these other fuckwits have a god that has all kinds of superpowers and does all kinds of super neat things. Your fucking god is a fucking molecule. It might as well be a piece of cat shit. Why would I let people who revere a piece of cat shit run the world? I mean, what that would be... Well, there's no even point in talking about how silly that would be. To accept that? To just sit back and say, I'll accept that. Fuck, I ain't. So on to the show, as I stated. Ooh, God, he is ugly.
No, it's the case. They made up a completely ridiculous character of who I was based upon listening to one of your videos, and they didn't take time or any care to get to know who I was.
Yeah, I don't know. Who the fuck has done that anyway? What trolls think you're a human being? Even the modern mystic got his fill of your drunken, petty ass. So, yeah, you've burned all your bridges with anybody with any brains. So, everybody knows what you are, okay? You're a silly person who reveres a fucking molecule. A reproducing molecule. You fucking idiot.
Before making their stupid judgment. And of course, it's all childish shit. That's what I've been arguing.
Yeah, no, what you've been arguing is your pain doesn't matter, his pain does, nothing matters. It's all okay. It's the way the game is played. It's the way it is, okay? It doesn't matter. We could triple how many animals are bled out every day. We could quadruple it. We could quadruple it. We can increase it any fold desirable to the argument. And you'll just keep saying, feed me more of it. Yeah. Ha-ha on them. Well, fuck you, shithead. Fuck you is all I got to say to you. And you're just such a hypocrite about it. I remember the day you were all pissed off at the little humans on the other building because they were fucking with your seagulls. You were ready to give them a good fucking knocking off of the building kind of thing. You were full of pretty good hate then. You know, so when it matters to you, you got a little bit of fucking balls and passion, right? But when it doesn't matter, it just doesn't fucking matter.
And no direct, connection between anything. He's making the direct argument that you're completely insensitive to the victims of the imposition.
Yeah, he's making that argument, but I'm not insensitive to it.
You are.
Yes, you are. I mean, you can't say I'm sensitive to it when you say something as preposterous as being dead is worse than it. Because it doesn't make any fucking sense. How could something that can only be described as a neutral be worse than suffering on Earth? Oh, that's right, it can't.
Demonstrate yourself to be completely insensitive to the suffering of those who are the victim of the imposition, okay?
What? But why? By not agreeing with you, I must be completely insensitive? Come on, Gary, grow up. Or maybe you're arguing because I said he should die, but I am being sensitive. He wants to die, and I'm telling him he should die. That's me being very sensitive. I solved the problem with him.
Okay, yeah, so you're again rationalizing your crap. Like I said, I can just wish on you what it appears that you want, okay, which is to die. And so it's just so stupid. You're ignoring his words, you're ignoring his pain, and you're playing a game with it. And you're going to sit there and make a rationalization saying, no, that's not what well, of course that's what you're fucking goddamn doing. And that's the definition of being insensitive, you stupid shit. Why should you wish, oh, well, I'm not going to say what I said in the other video, but again, why should you know, well, I'm not even going to argue it, because like I said, this is just an obvious rationalization.
To die, and I solved the problem of him using energy that could be used to help somebody who wants to live still.
Exactly, but why would he do that? Because those are the very people who put him in his jeopardy in the first place. They're the ones that locked him in his cage. Why should he feed his slave owner?
That's not insensitive. That's helping somebody realize their dreams. And helping somebody else in the...
Yeah, well, that's not his dream. See, again, so you know, this, it just can't escape you. It just can't. that is completely contrary to what he values on Earth. All right? Unlike you, he doesn't think that all your little... He's made it clear to you that your frivolous, trivial little fucking joys have any fucking capacity to make up for the deficit being run here. And you're just saying, well, just put some more debt on the card. And he's saying, what the fuck? Are you insane?
Process.
You just told them to die and free up resources to give their...
I guessed right about what you were going to say.
To give their consciousness something they believe is precious and bestow it upon another fucktard. Why would I want consciousness to be possessed by another asshole on planet Earth?
It doesn't matter what you want. It matters what the person that's alive wants, Gary.
Oh, what we're talking about is the person who expressed their dilemma with what they don't want, which is a stupid choice between shit and crap. You dumbass. That's the subject, fucker.
Are you ever going to get that?
Are you ever going to get that? Did you make a video response to an individual who was expressing pain and you showed no empathy to his fucking pain? And that's the fucking subject, you stupid insensitive asshole. So the accusation fucking fits dramatically now because now you can't even remember that the fucking subject is your insensitivity to his fucking pain, you stupid fucking idiot.
He's got the choice to die, you've got the choice to die, I've got the choice to live.
Why should I have the choice to die? Why should that be my fucking choice? Why wasn't it my fucking choice to say, fuck you, mind your own fucking business, you ignorant twat? Yeah, right. That should have been my fucking choice, asshole.
I'm not arguing that you should want to live, okay? But you're arguing...
Yeah, you're arguing that it's tough shit. My right to live, my right to want my life is more important than your right not to be here, not to be burdened, not to be imposed upon, not to be wakened from my comfortable non-existence. I'm saying fuck you to that. Fucker.
I should want to die. You're the one imposing on people here.
No, I'm the one saying... Fuck you, okay? Come up with another plan. You can't make your life out of my life. Fuck you. Stop doing it.
Life isn't an imposition. Being born isn't an imposition.
Alright, well that just proves you're just too stupid for this conversation. That's fundamentally what it is. You cannot separate the fact that you press a start button, initiate a process. The process is a living consciousness. Now, there's just no way to disconnect that fucking chain of events. There's just no fucking way.
What happens to you, what people do to you in life is imposition.
No, people didn't do shit to me. I walked outside, turned over a rock, and said, this place sucks. Not that complicated. Every fucking human can do it. But instead, they think, oh, God made it. Oh, God did it. Oh, it's DNA. Oh, DNA. Oh, I love DNA.
Do you get it?
No, you don't get it, fuckwit.
Ronald Reagan seeds. Why the fuck, Great Tex, would I plant Ronald Reagan seeds?
I wouldn't want you to. But I'd want you to work towards a world where nobody...
Oh, you wouldn't want me to. So that basically confirms my argument. Why the fuck would I want to give any resources to the average jackass fucking human? Because that's essentially the same fucking thing, you dumbass.
Not like Ronald Reagan, or Adolf Hitler, or you.
Or Great Tex. Why the fuck would I make a lunatic who wants to sentence a bunch of organisms to be a slave to a DNA molecule for eternity? Why the fuck would I plant that fucking seed?
Why would I plant...
Just like you don't want the people to be like you, remember?
I don't remember, no. What I've said is I wouldn't want to be any of you fuckers. Not for 10 fucking minutes. I'd pay big money never to be any of you assholes because you're fucking idiots.
My seeds. What?
Because, I don't know. Am I arguing you should? Am I arguing that Hitler should exist?
Yes, you're arguing exactly that. That's the inevitability, you dumb shit. Okay, what do you think the average fucking human is? You would even make this argument that anybody put in Hitler's circumstance through this circumstance would end up just being Hitler. That's what the Hitler is. A Hitler isn't a Hitler. A Hitler is a circumstance. You dumb fuck. And it's the human fucking condition, you dumb shit. That's what little fucking jackass humans do. When they have hard times, they go to find a scapegoat to blame, and then they beat the shit out of it. That's how they play the stupid fucking game.
Just because I want life to exist, I then want Hitler to exist.
Well, the point is because you want life to exist, it means you have to impose it on all this shit that didn't ask for it and would ask you to mind your own fucking business and leave them the fuck out of it.
I mean, I've already countered this argument in one of my videos, that you're claiming just because I want the world to exist, I want children to be raped.
Well, I'm just saying, you cannot separate the two instances. Unless you have a plan, okay, maybe you do, so offer it, and then we could agree. Your plan is to retard the intelligence of all newborn humans so they can't realize that a DNA molecule is a stupid god.
No, I don't want children to be raped. I want the world to exist and children not to be raped at the same time.
Yeah, you want a fairy tale that you mock in other people. You mock their fairy tales, and that's all you're talking, is a fucking fairy tale, a silly fantasy.
There has to be some kind of compromise with politics there, doesn't there?
No, why should I have to compromise anything? Again, I'm not imposing. Let the imposers come up with an explanation to validate their right to impose. All right? They have the burden of proof. You have the burden of proof. Prove to me that you're doing something of substantial enough merit to justify waking me from the dead.
To argue that in order for children to avoid being raped, everything must die, or
Well, that's not the argument, and you know it. It's not just the rape, it's the cancer, it's the futile pursuits that require there to be winners and losers. It's the whole ugly, stupid, suffering mess. It's all waste. Because there's nothing accomplished.
The moon must be crashed into the earth. That's just stupid.
Why would I plan?
I'm sorry you don't see that.
Well, I'm sorry that you can't understand that a DNA molecule isn't an explanation. Okay, you can't just say the DNA molecule says so. You have to explain why the DNA molecule knows what it's doing when all it's doing is reproducing, and how replication is inherently a good process. You have to sort of explain that, shithead, or all you're talking is complete mush.
Ignorant, homeless, rapist, child molester seeds. Why would I plant any of those fucking seeds?
As I said, there's a difference between my parents copulating, giving birth to me, and somebody going and raping a child. There's a big difference between those things.
And the difference is what? Oh, one is popular and one is unpopular. Right? It's the same fucking thing. It's a stupid ass saying, I want, and I don't really care if I'm going to hurt somebody to get it. I mean, let's be honest, Grey Text. I mean, I could go out into the world and, rape some women in kind of a friendly way. Like, oh, come on, it's not going to be that bad. And maybe half of them would say, well, that was pretty good. Maybe more than that. Because, I'm not going to shit on them. I'm not going to punch them. I'm just going to say, come on, baby, do what I want. Yeah, you know what I'll do. Whatever. So we know we can play these fucking games, and they don't mean anything. The point is I would be taking. The point is what is my motivation? All right? The motivation for the molester and the birther is the same. They want love. Right? Okay? And they're willing to take it at a price. They're willing to accept that the baby will be born in fucking goddamn hell. All right? I mean, just covered with hell mucus. And they're willing to take that chance with its welfare to get what they fucking want. Period. Same psychology, same bullshit. One sanctioned by society, one not sanctioned. But it's the same fucking thing. thing. It's imposing risk on somebody else to get what you fucking personally want. Not to save the universe, not to save somebody from falling out of a building. No rescue mission here. No, you're not saving the dead from horror. No, you're imposing. Period.
You fucking
Sorry, you can't see that.
idiot.
Sorry you can't see
if I
that.
can steal some energy so those assholes can't use it to put consciousness together, I'm gonna be goddamn glad to do it.
So would I. I would be happy if you had the ability to detect the birth of a new Hitler and stop that Hitler from being born or turning out like Hitler.
Yeah, well, guess what? You know, again, this is a stupid argument, because I could say the same shit about 90%, well, whatever, let's just say 50% of the human population has got the same gear work as Hitler had. They're the capitalists, all of this whole thing, it's all run on a bunch of selfish, bigoted assholes. So that argument goes nowhere.
That would be awesome, but it's impossible. And the only way of doing it is by destroying all life.
Great. That's really easy to
Don't
do.
have better solutions than that.
Well, I'm sorry. It's the easy solution. It's what you do. Okay. You know, there's a piece of shit. You clean up the shit. Okay. It's not that complicated. It really isn't. Something's broken. You fix it. Okay. The game is broken. The only way to fix it is to unplug it. It just can't run. It doesn't do anything. It's a noisemaker. It's a piece of shit. It's a DNA molecule replicating, asshole. God, you religious nuts.
But have better safety nets in the world than that.
I mean, thank
Yeah, well, it's not going to get built by the human beings playing the game. Sorry, that ain't going to happen, Great Tex.
God I'm stealing enough energy and keeping it from the average human moron to
I mean, this is your straw man. This is like you're only allowed a choice. You're allowed to either. I mean, if you argue that the universe should be destroyed, then you are arguing against pedophiles. But if you're arguing that the universe should exist, then you're arguing for pedophiles.
Well, the point is you're arguing for imposing the waste. All right? Now, if the waste was all on you, I mean, if all the shit just fell on you, okay, well, then you might have a right to claim a right to play this game. But the point is the shit doesn't fall on you. It falls on other people who end up here wasting a bunch of time, caught up in a silly game. They finally get mature enough to climb up and see what the hell they're caught up in, and they're like, holy fucking shit, what irresponsible asshole threw me in this fucking nightmare? And then they're stuck with this dilemma. Well, do I crawl back in or do I go over the fucking edge? And I'm supposed to be grateful for that? And I'm supposed to say, well, yeah, let's keep doing that. I'm not going to do anything to try to pull the plug on that fucking machine and stop that from happening? Well, fuck you. I'm going to try to pull the plug. I'm going to say this fucking sucks. And nothing you're going to argue in these silly videos is going to change any of that. That's for damn sure. This garbage mush, it doesn't mean anything. You got to come up with a fucking argument, asshole. What the fuck are you accomplishing, shithead?
It's just such a ridiculous choice that you present people, and only idiots who are so brain dead that they will just listen to anything you say are going to be swayed by that kind of rhetoric. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just sorry. Like I said, if we do an intelligence test on our commentors, or on the clubs we belong to, we're going to kick your ass, okay? It's you dumb assholes who can fall for a DNA molecule as a deity. You've done it. You've made a deity out of a DNA molecule, and you're ridiculing other people's intelligence, you moron? Oh, please, you silly fuck.
I'm not swayed by it.
Aw.
And, and you're only going to be surrounded by people who agree with it, and that's why it seems so agreeable and so popular.
Oh, well, somebody could make the same argument about your philosophy. Oh, isn't that a surprise that all philosophies tend to congregate people who have like mind into the like-minded club? Isn't that weird? Like-minded clubs have like-minded people in them. And that's an argument? That meant something? That fucking piece of shit, Babel? You just script that?
views.
Think amount of billions of people who wouldn't agree with it. If you have If you give birth to a child, then you're pro sexual abuse of children.
Yeah, well, what you're pro is imposing. It's look, the argument isn't that complicated. You're in favor of imposing risk on other people because you think your judgment is so solid that you think they're going to think you did a really smart thing in having them. Well, that game is over. Okay, we've killed the old gods, and now we're going to kill your new silly god.
Obviously.
Fuck you.
Well, I meant those vilified me for you. And you go vilified me as in saying, you know, if I want to be alive, then I'm justifying children being raped.
Well, you're not saying I want to be alive. You're not defending your right to live. You're defending the right of people to create new human beings as if they know what the fuck they're doing. Okay, imposing the jeopardy that they will continue to create human beings who will not have a decent world to live in and who will be too smart to play the stupid game even if there was a better game.
That's vilification, Gary.
No, well, your own words vilify you, okay? It is you who've said this crap and been acknowledged for the craphead that you are. You said these stupid, idiotic things, and you've got to be accountable for them.
Turning me into a villain for my beliefs. One that you can...
Well, I mean, really. Isn't that what a villain is his beliefs? I mean, come on. Is there something else that makes the villain a villain besides having villainous beliefs? You idiot.
Justifiably punching the face.
Well, shall I reread Broken Mech's comment on your video that he'd gladly kill somebody before he'd let them crash the moon into the earth? Wouldn't put him in jail after, but he'd kill them before.
Find you by doing what, Great Tex? How?
By completely misrepresenting everything I've ever said and making and reducing complex arguments into simple, either you want children to be raped or you don't. What do you...
Well, I'm just saying it's not that complicated. There's a game. You either fucking keep the game moving and playing or you stop the game. It's not that complicated.
Hey.
How exactly did I vilify you? Did I compare you to being worse than Adolf Hitler?
You vilified me by saying that I'm quite happy with children being molested. You just did it like 20 seconds.
Yeah, you are. You're quite happy with it. You're quite comfortable with it. Again, you're the one who said they're better off molested than dead. That's your argument. They're better off here as victims than they are to be dead. And so fuck you. You see no imposition because, oh, they're better off than if they were dead. Fuck you.
Earlier in the video. And yes, I did compare you to being worse than Adolf Hitler, but that's because you are. I mean...
Yeah, right. So it's okay for you to play the game, and it's not okay for me to play the game. And the point is, I already made this argument in a previous video, and, you know, before you've made these videos, so apparently you didn't even watch that video. But, I mean, really, to use the argument of genocidal lunatic, every single genocidal lunatic has done their behavior based on a racial genocidal bigotry. And so explain exactly the genocidal bigotry. Oh, that's right. You can't explain it because it doesn't fit. It also doesn't fit in the sense that I don't gain anything. All right? I don't take what they have. So that's another missing ingredient, isn't it, asshole? Yes, it is.
Hitler wanted to kill specific people. You want to kill all of them. That makes you worse than Hitler, Gary.
Oh, right. He did it based on bigotry, and I'm doing it based on a rational argument, and it has nothing to do with killing the people. It has to do with stopping them from replicating. Now, but you're going to keep on comparing stopping people from replicating with killing them. Why? Because you're assuming all people can't stop replicating and that they have a will to replicate and they will not stop replicating. Even if they hear a logical argument, they will continue to replicate. Even if they have incentives, financial incentives to not replicate, they will keep replicating. So you're just going to keep cheating the argument preposterously. But whatever, go ahead. Who cares? Doesn't matter. If my only choice was to kill everything on this planet to get the job done right now, I would still do it.
That's a rational judgment. It's based upon what you've actually said.
A genocidal maniac because you care.
But I called you a genocidal maniac because you want to kill all life, not because you care.
I want to cease the replication of the DNA molecule. Yes, I want to end the DNA molecule replication game. It's over. It's stupid. It's wasteful. It can be acknowledged, understood, and by sensible, rational people can be accepted. Yeah, it's the way it is. Yep, stupid. It's just the way it is. It's stupid. Let it go.
Because you wanted to crash the moon into the earth, not because you care. Okay, that's...
I don't want to crash the moon into the earth. I want to stop the DNA molecule from replicating. Yeah, pointlessly and wastefully. I want to stop a molecule from replicating pointlessly and wastefully. That's what I want to do. You tell me how I do that some other way, and I'll be glad to consider it.
Why I call you a genocidal maniac, not because you have empathy, but because you want to crash the moon into the earth. Is that not reasonable?
Yeah, that's not reasonable because, yeah, it's a cheat of the argument. So, yes, it's not reasonable. I will jump to this sixth one, and I know it's somewhere around 3 minutes. I think he said something idiotic.
He's given you that right to defend yourself, right?
Isn't that amazing? I mean, like I said, you made a video titled, Gary's genocidal lunatic, or whatever the fuck it was.
No, I made the video, Gary's a cult leader, question mark, more like genocidal maniac. You know, it's a simile there, more like genocidal maniac.
Oh, yeah, that's not the same thing at all, huh?
And now you're going to talk about who's licensing who to do what?
But the thing is, again, what's the definition of a genocidal maniac? Somebody who wants to kill all life.
No. But whatever. You want to play word games, it's fine. I don't even care. Like I said, if you want to say or connect my motives to Adolf Hitler's, that's fine. I connected your motives to a child molester, fine. All right? We hate each other's values. We hate each other's guts. I think you're a menace. I think you're completely obnoxious to intelligence. I think you're a rude, stupid, ignorant, smelly, fat hunk of shit. You are the definition of all aspects of humanity for which I have contempt and revulsion for. So fine, let us just mark each other on the list. That when we have our Mason-Dixon line, when it's our chance to have to play the game for real. Yeah, you'll definitely be one of them, okay? So fine, I'll label you a them, you can label me a them. And that's just the way it's going to be. That's right, because your values are not compatible with my values. You will waste suffering and I will not accept bullshit for nothing. I won't let it just be wasted for nothing. I mean, wasted is a word in itself. I mean, it's already stating it. You're saying it's not wasted. You're saying it's serving some purpose. There is a greater good to be accomplished. I find that just disgustingly repugnant. So, fuck you, the end, goodbye, you stupid fucking drunken twat. There, enough said.